Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays One Step from Eden. Spoilers, this may well be the last episode of One Step from Eden. It's not for a lack of fan enjoyment or support. The series, if anything, I was explaining it in the comments. There's so much support, it's actually dangerous. Because it's making it impossible for me to cycle something new into this time slot and keep things fresh. Because everyone's like, we love this so much. So don't get me wrong, it's a quality problem to have. But I wanted to see how Shiso's Kunai build works. You get a Kunai. While in a cast slot, add a Kunai to your deck every 2 seconds. It also does 40 damage. Add 2 Kunais to your deck and claw traps. Catch to add a Kunai to your deck. What is happening? I have no idea. Alright, so here's my thinking. Right? That was just a horrible start, don't get me wrong. If we want to hit you, we want to do this. Yeah, okay, and then get hit ourselves. Right, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. That's how you do it. And that's how you do it. And that's how you do it. Okay, okay, we're getting there. So anything that gives us more Kunai or a synergy with Kunai would probably be the best. Sure, when a spell hits an enemy, you could launch a missile. That's good stuff. I do like, you know, Mana Steel in particular, I think is a big one there. But for the most part, I'm like, we should just feel out the flavor of the deck at first, is my thinking. You know what, madam? Sorry to inform you, you gotta go. I've still gotta ice you, so if you'll just give me a moment here. I'm just trying to figure out, like... I feel like what we want to do is hold the collect ring and then just mash the other buttons. We're just oh my god. We're unfortunately at the present moment facing like some enemies who are making that a little touchier because they're a little harder to control. That's the way I'm choosing to think about it right now. I mean, like, it's a very quality spot to be in where you're literally yeah, see, like, you wait until you get them in a good spot. Maybe you've rooted them, maybe you haven't, and then you just mash that other spell button as much as possible. Give me the heal for now. I don't love it, but I'll take it. Yo, that was bad. Yo, that's so good. I'm starting to get it. He's starting to get it, boys. Yeah, so you just, yeah, 2 of those. Thank you. Now that is fun. Alright, I'm starting to understand here. If we could get mana back every time we cast a spell, there's something to like about that. It's really like this is a full-on yeet build. I can respect it. I can respect it. So we need that. We need to get rid of that, and then we just need to go yeah. And then we wait it out for a second, and yeah. And you know what? I think we got to get out there faster. Oh, yeah, these things need to die. So we're probably not going to get this done. Which is okay. Keep in mind, for 1 mana, you can add some Kunai to your deck as well. Okay, hold on. We're just feeling this one out, really. But we'll get there. By the way, if you're wondering, why are you so glowing? Why are you so luminescent on your left side? It's a beautiful day outside. So I have my blinds open so that I can experience a little bit of that vitamin D action. Thank you for your understanding and your support. I appreciate it greatly. Oh, actually, the thing is, even if you have something in your A slot and you cast your B slot, if there's nothing in the B slot, it'll cast your A slot, if that makes sense. So we can accidentally yeet Power Ring by accident. But yeah, let's see how this works, man. Give me the mana regen for now, but I'm just saying it's hard to say goodbye to this game. We already have the focus we want. Just because it genuinely, like, I liked it the first time I played it. And then from there, it really just got, like, more enjoyable over time. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You fool. Why would you ever do that? I don't understand. Doesn't seem understandable. What's the game plan here? I'm glad you asked. I'm realizing pretty quickly. We do have a bit of a damage problem. Oh my god, the root worked. We do the burst damage so irregularly. Dude, I'm so glad we took the missile, by the way. We do burst damage so irregularly. We gotta be a little cautious about this. I don't necessarily... I mean, it's almost like it's a fast, slow deck. Like, when it does things, it does them really quickly. But at first, it's gonna be a little bit slower. It's definitely a little bit less straightforward than Shiso's original build, I think. A shield might not be a bad play here. Okay, well, hold on. 20 damage to a random enemy when you consume a card, and then everything we do for attacks has consume attached to it, more or less. At least every kunai does. So, I mean, like, there's... Literally, just by yeeting our spells here, even if we don't yeet them at the enemy, because the enemy is choosing not to move, we're doing damage. Like... We didn't get a flawless because I got hit, but that's still hilarious. The fact that we didn't even have to hit the enemy to kill them. I'm a big fan of that. That's cool. All right. I think we do better against enemies than we do saving hostages for now. And again, really, I'll level with you. I just don't like the root style build, really. Or not root. I like root. I just don't like the trap meta. I don't think that's our style, honestly. Dude, 20 damage to an enemy when you consume a card is too good right now. It's too good. Now, I am looking at Jam, and I'm like, you know what? Oh, there was a hit tiles in front of you, add a kunai. But, I don't know, at this point, I'm like, I'd rather have a kunai than have something that generates more kunai for us. We kind of have that on lock, but maybe that's small-time thinking. Maybe that's small-time thinking. I'm never going to make it out of this one-horse town thinking like that. I think I missed that one, unfortunately, but that's okay. I mean, the damage output is almost like... It's almost doubled, sincerely. I'll level with you. As much as the shield interested me, I didn't really want to take anything that compromised our ability to get the daggers out there faster. Just being straight up. I think this is a very reasonable approach to take. Okay, well, try not standing there. I love this, like, indirect damage. Like, even if we don't hit, we hit. Shouldn't have moved there. That's my bad. I mean, that's a lot of damage output, considering we barely even hit the enemy. Give me 10 to 40 money. I think a shop is going to be pretty important here in order to tailor things the way we want them to go. So, sure, yeah, this doesn't bother me. And, like, you gotta go. I hate to say it, but if you mess with the flow, you gotta go. Okay. We will not be murdering the shopkeeper on this run. We don't shuffle very much. That's true. This is just free money. Well, free health, really. Certainly, I do look at this and I go, you know, upgrades I think are very valuable. I'll take the sword as well. So upgrade, 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 upgrade. We have 0 money left. This is going to be disgusting. We're going to remove claw traps. Now, I'll tell you, double take... This is a tough choice. Because these are like, they're both what I want. I think we'd rather just get 4 out of it. Even though it's less mana efficient, I think it's just a better play. And I want to hit it again. Sure, or lowering the mana cost. I don't want to say minusing like I'm a year old, but lowering the mana cost is... I mean, it's 4 kunai for 1 mana, which is really good. I was gonna say, we don't even do anything with, like, Collect Ring, but I'll tell you what. We'll put a double cast on it if we send it out there. And then I don't even know, like, what you do. So why don't you just be high damage? I think that's maybe our best play there. And we'll see how this goes. I certainly don't expect it to be bad. I mean, we really, like, don't have to do anything else. We're somewhat safe now. You know what I like about this deck? Is that if you're doing nothing, it's actually doing something for you. Just in the sense that you're constantly recovering more daggers to use in the future. Now, I gotta get better at using the basic attack, because it does replenish very nicely for us. It's alright, you can take your time. Yo, it's like it's working so well. I shouldn't have been hit there. I might have had a flawless going. Look at that. I think I can press the button faster. Yeah. If you just get enough stored up, literally all you have to do is press the button as fast as you can. It's gonna be good stuff. Okay. Honestly, I never shuffled over the course of that entire battle. Just give me the upgrade. And let's go green. I think we want to make sure we're fighting... Well, really, like... We do want to fight Salaisi, but we didn't have the choice. I think I got hit by one of the swords. Twice. I mean, at this point, why wouldn't you, right? It's just it's the easiest money ever made. It's the easiest money ever made. If this kills an enemy, permanently raise this spell's damage by 20. I love the idea of that being our only other card in here. I don't know how easy it's going to be for us to make it tick, but it's an interesting idea. For sure. So it does 60 damage. I think we can make it work. Because remember, like, we can shoehorn... We can make our deck whatever we want it to be. Even without shuffling, we can just use our own, like, basic to do that. And now we just run the deck the way it's normally set out. I mean, this is gonna work. This is a really cool character. You guys were right to encourage me to play it some more. I guess we'll take fragility and spell power. The spell power is not worth that much, but when you consider the amount of times that we will, like, do an attack, maybe it's... Hey! I gotcha! It was... I don't know if it was worth it, but we're getting a pretty high damage out of that. And the thing I like about a spell that's just high damage is we don't... Once we get a little later in the game, we don't really care about the 20 extra damage. We just want to send it out there to kill an enemy as quickly as possible. Like, it's already got 104, which is pretty good. So you just wait a second here. I hate that I did it this way, but it's alright. And then we just yeet. And you're dead as soon as we get the chance. Let's go. Alright, and then we just play the deck normally. Sorry, madam. Look at that. And dude, with the missiles, oh my god, it's out of control. I think we got a great thing going here. You know what? Why not? Why not? And now, I want to test my ability to deal damage. I've made a terrible mistake. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I didn't have to do it at all, but... I'm glad we did. Maybe that's how we'll think about it. Okay. Oh, I could have gotten out of that. It's okay. Look at that. Anytime we're building off of that, just be... Or we're building up our other one, just be stoked. That's the way I'm choosing to think about it. Oh my god. I mean, look at that. Yeah, I think once I get good with this character, we're gonna be... I won't be able to talk anymore. I'm not gonna be able to talk, because I'm just constantly gonna be yeeting these daggers downfield. How much damage does Kunai do? 50, which means really it's only doing 30. Oh, dude, the power shard is so close. Here's the deal. If we get enough spell power, I think we can actually make power shard work for us. So it's a bit long-term in my thinking, but also very interesting. So I'm willing to give it a shot. I know what you're going to say. NL, are you really going to try to make this work against the boss? And honestly, now that you've suggested and illuminated the stupidity, no, we are not going to just try to make this work against the boss. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, just watch out for that. And then get in there. Look at that. No, stop it. I'm the streamer. I mean, that's good damage. Give me some more. Give me some more. Good stuff. Good, good, good. Don't get lasered. It's not going to stop me. That's not going to stop me. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help. Big miss. That's okay. We do that, dude. This character might be the most fun character in the game. the amount of damage we're doing, the amount of everything we're doing with so little in our deck is great. No, we don't care about any of the mana stuff. Just I want to upgrade. I want like the thinnest but deepest deck. I want it to be a 1-inch thick skyscraper. I know it barely even makes sense. If it makes sense at all. Get blast. Oh my god, that spell's gonna pop off for us too. I mean, I guess we could upgrade that spell if we wanted to. I don't think the double cast will do anything for us, but like I don't think it would get a double trigger if we killed an enemy with it. I don't see the need to add anything. Look, this is a little bit different than a deck where, like, you know, we rely on our shield to do a bunch of damage. You know what I like is, and this is, you'll very rarely hear me take a shot at Slay the Spire, which is legitimately, like, one of my favorite games ever made. But in Slay the Spire, and it's just, honestly, it's like different strokes for different folks, right? Or not even different strokes for different folks, it's just different mechanics for different games. It's not like one is overtly better than the other, you know, in an objective sense, at least. But 204, can't do it yet, can't do it, can't do it, we're doing it. In Slay the Spire, you get cards that are like, you know, if you kill an enemy, this card gets buffed. But to kill an enemy with that card, you have to either have something that lets you fish for it, or you have to draw it at exactly the right time. I like that in Eden, those cards are a little bit easier to enable, just because of the fact that you could just stall. You could just, you know, if you're really good at dodging, you can just dodge as long as you need to dodge to make it happen. I think that's one of the game's strengths for sure. Okay, hold on. Do one of these. I also like. I mean, I'll tell you straight up, and I choose not to think of it as like we're canceling Eden. It's more, if I haven't expressed this point as clearly as possible yet, here's the point. The game is so good. Like, I'll speak with you in the most frank and honest, like, it's the way I like to speak to you, and I like to speak to my audience in general. Hold on. Hold on. We definitely want upgrades, don't get me wrong, but I'm just wondering if we want to get a stock refresh here. We don't really care about a removal. I think we can afford one refresh to see if there's anything we like there. A kitty that fires frost 3 ways when you cast a spell. The thing is, I like it, but I don't like that it's a cat, or it's like a companion that'll die. So I think, not to be too deep about it, I think instead we'll just buy this. So we have 5 upgrades. I think we definitely want to hit double take again. It's not what I'm looking for sure. But sure, you know what? Let's restore half the mana cost. It's not amazing. And give me I mean, on swipe we could actually do double damage consume. That might function. And on Soulfire, honestly, we really just wanted to do more damage. Even if it gets less damage on hit, it doesn't matter because it consumes after one play. But really, like, this same exact thing happened with Slay the Spire. 284, are you kidding me, dude? The game was so good, and there was so much content, that I was like, I have to play it forever. And playing it forever was great for the increasingly small amount of people who loved watching me play it for, like, you know, 2 years straight, when I could have also been playing other things. Don't get me wrong. I had some great times playing Slay the Spire. It's legitimately one of my favorite games of all time. But on the other hand, it was also so good. It may have compromised my ability to check out other stuff as well. So it's not a knock. It's really quite the opposite. It's like the most absurd compliment you could ever give a game. Okay, I just need you to stand still. I'll be honest. What we need in this deck is really a, it's a more targeted route. We're safe. Don't stand there. Help. Well, there you go. It's a more targeted route. If we can land a route... Oh, that felt great. If we could target a route and then just go straight up, like, as hard as possible at the enemy, that's going to do us a great service. Now, you're one of the tougher enemies, so I don't mind this. I hope I got my point across there. I feel like I got my point across there. I don't know what I'm looking for, except for that route. I don't want to die. That would be devastating. So Slicey's a little spicy here. Almost made sense. I don't know if that'll work for us to get the spell stronger, but I do appreciate the... Oh, I forgot that hits everything in the row. Let's go. I need spell power. I think spell power is a big one. And I think, I really do think, like, just a route that shoots out in front of us. Or an AoE route. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's psychological, but the like, bear traps. That hurt. I just don't see him. Wait it out. Thank you for not moving. I love it. Oh, baby. Well, we're still going. Not a flawless, but we're still going. I'm also thinking, like, you know what would work really well in this deck? As bizarre as it might sound, is a link. To the past or otherwise. I love that. Because, like, once we get an enemy in our sights, they're taking damage. And they're taking hits many, many, many times. So, a link to, like, multiply that amount of damage could be, like, outrageously great. We just need to do 344. So you're taken care of. Now we just got a basic fight here. You coward! You hit me when I was at my weakest moment. Still got 2 out of that, I think. Oh! That's okay. Now you're probably going to shoot. I had you in my sights. Let's go. I mean, this is very strong. This is a very strong situation we got here. I'll take the defense. I'm a coward. I'm not a fool. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Kunai apply fragile? We're living in the rare air. Yes. Increase my luck by 15. I'm ready. Shield decays quickly. Thank you for the luck. Teleport to the inverse tile. It's just a little too dangerous for me. It's just slightly too dangerous. I'll be the first to admit. And give me... Oh, swipe consumes. We probably didn't want that. Although an extra kunai out of it is okay. 384 damage. You gotta be kidding me, man. It's not quite enough to get a kill here. I'm genuinely concerned. I'm not gonna kill this snake. That's just too dangerous for me. So what we're gonna do instead is just cast these. Oh, but it does damage to a random enemy? No, it always goes for the last living enemy there, thankfully. We're gonna be a little spiced on this Slicey fight. Just to be straight up. I mean, if they didn't move, there's not much I could have done there. So I think we gotta be real smart there. Yeah, I took a shield, you know? So sue me, I took a shield. Okay, you get this out there ASAP. We don't want it clogging up our deck. No. No, no, no. I think I'm going down here. I think you're gonna see a rare two-parter. I think you're getting a two-parter. Even though we're 25 minutes into this one, I'm not leaving you with that, okay? This is just our little preview of what's to come. Now that we've figured out how to run this, maybe consider going to camp instead. Okay, start me up here. I told you I don't want it to leave. Okay, so how do we run it? It's very simple. I still think, you know what? Maybe we don't want to remove the bear trap. Maybe I was rude to remove the bear trap. We had so many good synergies going in that deck, though. That it hurt me to lose it, I'll admit. But now that we got some flawlesses, we can build momentum up a little bit faster. And it's a beautiful day outside. Let's not be too upset about it. Okay, there we go. Start with full mana. I don't quite like it enough. I'll just level with you. I don't quite like it enough. So we don't really... If we're going to do hostages, though, I think we're okay with the first floor shop. Let me put it that way. Sorry, madam. In many ways, I didn't have a choice. Although I think if I sent the collect ring out there, I probably could have avoided it. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So if you root enemies in a large cone, then you can just send them. You do not have to worry as much, but you do have to shuffle. You son of a gun. You're toasted. I'm not even sweating you. I'm not even sweating you. Yeah, we will need to shuffle to make it work. But do we really want to shuffle? Yeah, I think we do want to shuffle, to be honest. Yeah, I think we do. We still want the mana regen more, though. The mana regen is still worth more. Yes, of course, absolutely. So I can do this, and then... Right, okay, so you're gonna heal. That's the thing. I always forget that you're a real healer. You like to help people. We knew that was coming. I think I also should be, like, a little bit less, particular, if that makes sense. I think I should be a little bit more open. Yeah, it's never gonna land. To the idea that, yeah, we're probably gonna, like, miss some shots if we spam. But the damage output we get from spamming is gonna be worth it, I think, to also let us get in and get out. I mean, that was a good flawless. There's nothing wrong with that. Enemies have a chance to explode upon death. That's positive for me as well. We'll hit the shop up early, and we'll spend a lot. We'll spend a lot of leverage here. So I think we still... You know what? I think we like Wreath as well. In a circle 4 tiles away. I think we definitely like both of those. And then we'll use our removal. I hate to lose the defense, but we'll use our removal on claw traps. I feel like we don't want to remove Kunai. So we'll save the removal for like another pact. And you know what? I think we'd be... No, save the removal for another pact. Please just let me go to the upgrade. You know what? Okay, so I'll use my mouse. I will purchase the upgrade. And I still think double take is your upgraded choice. Because it does scale. And the double cast is totally fine. We're always happy to see it. So the fact that it costs twice as much is in its own way a strange sort of benefit. Good stuff. So you saw what was happening there. You don't need me to tell you. You're smart individuals out there. Stay rooted. Once we get an enemy locked down with the root and we get the collect ring, we're just mashing the other button forever. Throw a fast knife. That sounds familiar. That sounds kind of similar to the theme we're building around, but bizarrely not the same terminology. How strange. Yo, we've done it. That was good. Let's. You should have casted it instead of shuffling, but apart from that, I think you can be stoked. I got hit, dude. I didn't quite break that. I'm stunned. I'm stunned I didn't break that shield. Okay, I can live with this. Now, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. A root, some free kunai, A secondary root. I'm gonna let you go, and then... Oh! What the heck was that? Oh, I know what you're doing. Don't forget, while you've got mana and you're doing nothing else... Did not work. Are you moving? Kind of? That was great. We're still taking damage. I'll admit, the character... I think we almost need things that hit... I mean, that was beautiful just because of the root, honestly. But I think we need things that scale the more we hit. Like, that's the teamwork that makes the dream work for us. If we can get anything that has a multiplicative effect on hit, that's where we thrive. Like, honestly, every time you cast the spell that consumes do 20 damage, that was very good for us. That was a real solid performance. Get blasted, by the way. One of these days I'm gonna blast you. I gotta admit, it took me a little longer to get through that one than I would have thought. Take the upgrader by default. Yeah, we're low on HP, but high on enthusiasm. We got big dreams. I think it's actually a markedly worse run so far than our last one. But what we lack in, you know, actual built-in deck ability, hopefully we're going to gain in terms of just, you know, merely the quality of my play, now that I understand what's happening. So yeah, I did take Forte. I think that having 150 shield is not necessarily that much. However, I have nothing to say after that, however. We really do lack some serious burst damage potential, huh? So I actually think that if I could go back in time, I would probably... Why would you take Forte, by the way? You can't even cast it. And we're spending so much of our mana on these root functions here. Okay, so I think I got some plays. I think I got some sense and/or sensibility. We're gonna just keep taking mana regen for now. I think this is where we have to pivot real quick. Wreath is not good enough for us. Forte, we're gonna try to make it cost less, which is exactly how that went down. And I still don't think that's a huge win for us, but I think it's a darn decent start. This is great stuff. Good work. Good work. You got out of there. I don't think you took too much damage. I mean, I don't know why I would root you. It's not like you're going anywhere, but... 20 shield when you cast Jam, huh? Not sure how I feel about that one, but it's there. We'll just take the shield. There's no rush on this one. There's no rush, and the whole time we're sitting here, I was just gonna say we're collecting more of those, so we can yeet that out there, and we can use our excess mana to do something like this, and we'll just do this, and then. Okay, we're starting it. We got the loop. It took us 2 floors, but we're getting the loop again. Limit break with 2 max mana strikes me as a great way to get yourself killed. So we need to get rid of that. And then we just need to go. We actually did it. I didn't think we would do it. I mean, obviously. Things were looking quite hot. I really didn't think we would have the raw damage potential to get there. I think we played that pretty much exactly right. I don't mind the jams. Okay, so I really do think we need the mana. I mean, really, what's mana drain here for? The mana drain is just here for burst damage potential. All right, by the way, it's not castable. One of these days I'm going to remember that. Pretty much have no choice but to That's gonna hurt. At least we have a shield. I was just waiting. I was like, one day that mana's gonna get there, brother. The other thing is, though, really, like, if your mana's fast enough... I know that we can't literally cast it. But if your mana is fast enough, then, like, you basically can just generate infinite kunai for you. So, we do need the extra max mana, don't get me wrong. I know, the knife belt might seem good, but I don't think it's... I mean, again, I just mentioned that we can create an infinite amount. Not being able to cast the mana generator is real bad. But, on the other hand, is it? So here's my... What if you just... And this is going to sound perhaps absurd. What if you just stacked up like a staggering amount of these into your deck? And you're not shuffling, so we're only losing shield for now when we get hit. And you just kind of keep it going. And we're saving up for one big-time burst that will root the enemy and give us the ability to output, like, just a stupid amount of damage. So I'm willing to give it a try right here. The jams! We probably, in hindsight, could have done without adding 50 of these. But at least you can see the thought process. Okay, so we need to just wait with the collector's ring. We don't need to generate nearly as many this time. But with this mana regen, we really do have a strength that previously might not have been considered. Which is the ability to do that. And, dude, if I had known this last time, oh my god, we would have been cruising. Can you imagine? We could do 1,000 damage just by mashing the button without even hitting the enemy. So I like that. I like that. Restoring mana when you cast a spell seems unbelievably great for us when you consider the fact that our kunai costs 0. So we're actually gaining mana every time we cast them. Now, in contrast to what you might believe, I'm actually, like, pretty stoked about the way this deck is set up right now. The jams are admittedly a problem. But once we get through those jams, we got some really good power. It's not fast yet. It's not fast yet. But there's always a chance, you know? So I think we want to shop. I really wanted the shop to also coincide with the campfire, but it is what it is. I'm sorry, madam. There's not much I can do here for you. It is what it is. Had to be done. Or rather, couldn't have done anything. Slight difference. No real reason to restore mana. That's not really how this is going to work for us. So we want to keep this in hand as long as possible. There's no doubt about that one. We want to get this out of here. We want to get this out of here. I think really at this point we just want to cast jams as fast as possible now. Which is going to be like this. Like this. Like this, and now it's over. Just got to watch out for you now. And again, I think basically... I'm trying to think whether we'd be better off shuffling or not, but I think that that's good enough. I think that's good enough. Again, swipe is very tempting as well, but I'm trying to keep it, like, super thin right now. Okay. The controller has become unplugged. That has not happened in, like, 20 episodes. So we took a lot of damage there. I'm not going to say it's not my fault. But there's only so much I could do, dude. Okay, so how we getting out of this? Okay, well, we got to go faster, quite frankly. Because there's an enemy that's making things harder for us over time. So that really, like, step one is just you got to get the jams out there. Once you get the jams out there, quite painful. I'm starting to think, I think I have a new idea. Which I know is also dangerous. But my new idea is quite simple. I'm sorry, madam. The whole time I was doing this, all I thought about were your best interests. Now I'm realizing there's essentially no way I'm going to keep you alive. Can't happen. I think we want to get through our first shuffle faster, because then we lose the jams and we can actually execute the strategy I'm thinking about. This time, why not? Although it's Salicy again. I think we got to get better. I think we got to get better no matter what. We need the max mana or removal. Deal 5 damage to all enemies when you cast a spell. To all enemies makes that very good. And then, we didn't heal. We can get 2 upgrades. There's no removal built in here. Not that we would want it necessarily. 2 upgrades. I really think you just double cast it up. The fact that it gets Kunai +1, I'm hoping that's actually Kunai +2. And we're not fighting Salicy on this floor. So every time we cast a spell. Oh my god, I'm just realizing now, like, how much better this is. Now that we actually have a spell we can cast. Like, now that we can actually cast the mana steal, like, it's just unbelievably better. Like, do you see how quickly we got the spells through there? This is way better. I think that this has rejuvenated my potential here. Especially we get this in our deck early, the collect ring. That's a big one. This has got to land, for the record. Or I would really like it to, at least. The jams still slow you down. We don't need a jam synergy to make this work, because remember, we got max mana out of it, which is, or mana regen out of it, which is also still very good. By the way, if you're casting a bunch of 0 mana spells, might as well gain as many of our own kunai as possible. That was good. That was better than good. That was great. I shuffled? Oh no! Oh, you're still going. Yeah, just don't press B. Yo, it's so much better. It is getting hot. 240, huh? I'm telling you. We buff these a little bit. She got to go by her own speaker, dude. We buff those kunai a little bit. It's over. It's over. Shuffles are instant, but add a jam to your deck. You can't manually shuffle. Honestly, I think we have enough jams here. Once we get through the jams, life becomes easy. It's time for us to get our revenge on Salicy. Oh my god, just being able to cast that mana regen, or that, you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking. You don't need me to belabor the point. You know what I'm talking about. Let's go! Although enemies exploding does kind of not do amazingly for us in every... Sorry, madam. I mean, even if we miss, we're still doing 5. It's not as good as doing 20, but... Ah! It also works against all enemies, which is better for AoE. I think I will take the swipe. I don't think the swipe was the problem last time. So let's get swipe powered up. I do think it's better. Yeah, Kunai +1 is solid. I think. I feel. We can always go to the camp on this one if we got to. You almost got me, you son of a gun. Oh! You know what? We're cruising, though. It's already over. For you. I mean, if you're just gonna stand still, goodbye. Oh, that's... I don't even care. Free the snake. I was pogging off. I was loving pressing the button. I don't think we add anything. I think this is a deck where we only lose by adding too much. Like, we add by subtraction right now. So, in case you're curious, maybe you don't really understand what's going on with this deck. I understand. Really, like, you see the spell on the right-hand side? Our entire game plan is to just make it so that spell and Kunai are the only two things in our deck, and then just start shooting as many Kunai as possible. The end. And that's, you know, the root also works nicely, but I don't think it's quite as good as I wanted it to be. While you have Fragile, gain mana regen, gain 1 Fragile at the start of battle. Oh, I'm willing to roll it. For sure. Just having the ability... Like, that gives us 0.6 mana regen until we get hit. Which is, like... absolutely unbelievable. I shouldn't have cast it so much, but... it is what it is. There you go. We got it. And then just sit on it. And then look at this. Oh, baby. Still getting it. Still getting it. Yeah. And 0.6 mana regen, we're basically shooting a Kunai every 2 seconds. That's very good stuff. Well, you have Flow, get spell power. We're not really going to focus on that, but healing for like 100 doesn't really interest me that much right now. Let's see what we got going here with the Shopkeeper. Gain invincibility for 1 second and fragile when you take damage. Actually, like, necessary, I think, in order to keep our fragility going. And, well, take a look at the Pact. Lose money when you get hit but heal? Yes. Increases shuffle time but gain an upgrade. In theory, we should be able to roll this. Even though we don't want to use the upgrade right away. In theory, we should be able to roll it just fine. Get ready. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit for whatever we get out of it. Thank you. I mean, that was a lot, to be fair, but... we should never shuffle, or we should shuffle only rarely. Now, we don't really care about applying fragility to the enemy, unless we can apply it on every Kunai, of course, but... that's not how you do that one. That's how you do it. Okay, get this out there. Get it out. Okay, now we're popping. Don't shuffle, don't shuffle. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Stop rushing me! I shuffled. He's done it. I don't know, boys. I think we're going down again. That surely does not help. Salicy cannot be beaten. Well, I would have loved to send you out on a win. But this is a fairly realistic portrayal of my experience in One Step from Eden as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I don't exactly know what's coming up next, but there will be some fun stuff. Just... I hope you'll stick around. I know Eden is a beloved series. Eden can always show up on streams again in the future as well. Great game. And who knows, maybe there's DLC or something in the future I could revisit. But for now, I think the time has come. It's a painful experience, but simultaneously, I had a lot of great times with Eden. It's a very good game. If you haven't picked it up, it's one of 2020's best games. I would really recommend it. If you've watched the series, I would encourage you to click the like button in support of the series and the channel in general. Helps out a great deal. You watched all 49 minutes and 40 seconds up to this point. To get to this point, it would help me out a lot. So thank you guys for that. Apart from that, Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the series. I said it earlier, throughout many episodes, but basically, were it not for the support that this series got, it would have lasted like 5 episodes. So the fact that we made it at like 40-something is ridiculous and is a testament to the strength of the community and how much people like the game. So don't pepe hands because it's over, mouth smile because it happened. That's my philosophy. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!